Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with Kadoodlebug Designs, and today we're going to be piecing together the Cutie Katoodles sending ValentinesBee. Isn't he just super cute? And so I'm just going to go through the whole process with you today. There are a lot of pieces and I did separate them up just so you can see. I put the little feet and then the eyes, his wings, the face pieces, the little beehive mailbox, the hearts, and then his little antennas, his body's here, and his little hands. And then we have our base piece. And so that's kind of how I separate all my pieces. And so the first thing I want to do is color up his face and then his little hearts on his shoes. And so I am using Barely Banana, and for some odd reason I couldn't find the ink pad to this. I don't know if I ended up throwing it out because it went bad, but if you don't have an ink pad, you can always use your re-inkers and then just get the dauber loaded with it. And so it may come out dark at first, so you can always take it on a paper and just to get some of the excess off. And so I am going to do his little face, and it's still going to be a little dark, but that's all right. I'm going to come in with some chalks anyways on that. We're going to do the little hearts and the same thing. The beehive I'm going to do in a different color, and we'll go to that one next. I'm going to use the Tim Holtz Distressed. I think it's the Scattered Straw is what I've picked. Let's grab this really quick just to get some of that off of there. Okay, so we have his little face done, and you could ink around that black. I'm afraid to do that in this video because my hands will be all black. So the next thing we want to do is we're done with that. So we can take our Scattered Straw. I thought this color would look good for the beehive. And I did kind of cut the bee and the hive, whoops, kind of the same color. This one was just a little lighter. And so we'll just go ahead and get this little beehive all done up. Normally I kind of prep, but this morning I didn't. So I just thought we'd do them all together. And then these are the pieces that are going to go on the beehive. It makes it really nice when you have everything separated by the pieces that go with each other for the whole pieced item or image. And so this just kind of the way, oops, where did that piece go? Oh, it's up here. So I figured I'd start with these little light pieces, and then we're going to have this piece right here. This is the post, and I'm going to come and just push hard and get that done, and then a little lighter on this side. And then you can kind of just pick, this is the bottom. We'll just do, and there you have that. So we have that done, and then we just have the little door. And then we should have a little heart that we want to do as well. And it is a small piece. You could always hold this down because it is so tiny. And kind of just hold that down and just swipe along the top and then maybe the sides, and you'll get that piece done. It's just really a tiny piece. So now our beehive is done, and the bee pieces for the body, I think the only piece that I actually did with that Barely Banana was this bottom piece, and that's it, because you're really not going to see any of these pieces. These are arms. I opted to not use them, so I'm going to just put those aside. And you won't even see them on this piece. So unless you don't put the heart there and you were to put something else, you would want to use them then. So we have all our body pieces done. And then I'm not doing the wings, nothing to those, and really nothing to the eyes or the shoes. So we'll do the hearts next. So on the hearts, what I did was, we'll do the one that goes on the beehive first. I took what was left on the red dauber and then just kind of came around the edges on this very lightly, just to give it a little bit. And then I did the same thing on the next one. So on that one. And then just take the pink as well. And then, so these are all, those are all done now. So then you have the heart down at the bottom of the mailbox. And again, I'm just taking the pink. I think this one was left over from the Pretty in Pink. I did pull spun sugar, but I haven't used it. So we'll just use what's left on those. You can do them darker or light. And then we have the little heart that they're holding, and or that he's holding, and I'm just going to use that red again on this. And I'm not even inking this up. This was already inked up from a previous piecing. And sometimes you'll find that that's just enough, that you don't really need to. Okay. So we have all our pieces ready to go. So now we can go ahead and start our layering. And so on this one, we'll start with the post for the beehive. And so I am going to just use the art glitter glue. And we'll just get that post on there. And it's nice because it has some lines for you to kind of line it up. So we have the post on there. And so next we want to put the flag. Let's see if I can put him in the little view so you can kind of see maybe a little bit. And then the flag, you can go ahead and do the flag with some red, or even come in with the pen and do it. I'm going to leave it and just do it after probably. Let's see. I'm going to use R39, I think, on the Copic. Just come in a little bit on the edges. Whoops. And it did still move, so we'll just move him back. There we go. So if you don't want to ink him up, the little flag, you could always just come in with a marker. Okay. So we have the flag done, and so the next thing we want to do is build our beehive. And so we're going to start with, we want all these pieces. So it just makes it so much easier and a little organized to have the pieces all ready to go. So we have to start with our the big beehive first. Oops. And I just want to get all those lines lined up with the edges. And so that looks pretty good. And so we have that. So now we want to add the little pieces. So there's going to be one here, and then I think one up here. I think it's every other one on that. So we'll just do one here. Such a cute little file. On the wings, when I did the wings on this one, I thought the color was going to be more of a blue. It ended up being a little more purple. So I had grabbed some other glitters to do. So we're just adding these 3 onto the hive. And so we have that done, and all the pieces on there. So the next thing we need is the little black door part. This is kind of the little outline. And so we'll just go ahead and get that placed on. So cute. Right? And so now we want to do the heart. We want to get the heart pieces on. And so you could actually just layer your heart first and then put it on. And so I'm going to just kind of place it where I think it's going to be. And then you could always come in and just double check to make sure everything's going to be covered nicely. And that looks pretty good to me. So I'll glue that on. Sometimes you almost need to do that just to make sure that the pieces are going to cover one another. And then we can place the top part of the little door. That's so cute. Just the little beehive by itself. You could actually use this little mailbox separate if you wanted, if you were doing like a little scrapbook page, or I don't know, some kind of maybe gable box. I could see it being used with some grass, and then the little bees separate would be really cute. So the next thing we want to do is we do want to place the little heart on there. And so we have that all done. Okay, so now what we want to do is we could go ahead and get the little heart on the bottom put on, and that's this set right here. I was just kind of looking at him to see what I wanted. Okay, so we have that one on, and then we can go ahead and get the next one. You could always stamp a little sentiment on here as well. Okay, so we've got those all done, and now what we want to do is go ahead and get the antennas put on. So we're going to get those on next. I'm thinking that one goes right there. And then we'll go ahead and get this other one set on, and then we can, now the pieces that go on top of his little antennas, they are the bigger black circles. The smaller ones are the ones for the eyes. Oh, and I may have, oh my, wait. So that's a small one. I just want to make sure I got them both. Okay, so the small ones go on the eyes because you never know. Whoop. So we'll put that one there. And that one doesn't want to come off my hand as easy as it will. Okay, cute. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is get his wings on. And so the wings are going to go one here, and then one like somewhere right there. And you can always move them and then press them down. And I think I'm going to go like just like that. Okay, and so then we want to put the body together. So I opted out not to use the arms, just because you don't see them with the heart there. Make sure no pieces were stuck underneath. Okay, so we'll go ahead and place that body right along the bottom there, and then press it down. And so now we're going to build the body. I'm just going to add a bunch of glue. So the bottom piece is the rounded piece that you see here. So you can just kind of go ahead and set that on. And then you'll take the next bigger piece and see how you really don't even see any of those pieces. Honestly, we could opt out and leave them all off if we wanted. Whoops. Can I even see what I'm doing? Let's see. There. And then I think on him I left that top piece off, but I figured I'd just show in the video that this piece goes here and you really could just leave it off. Super cute. So if you were gonna add the arms, I would add the arms under the body, so you know. Okay. So we have the body and all the body pieces done. So now we can go ahead and put the head on. And so this is his head right here. And you could come in with a black and go around the edge if you wanted. I just, on this one here, I thought I don't really want black all over my hands because I would end up having it all over his face too. So I'm just lining up the head with the top part of the cutout piece. Okay, and so now we have the head on. We're gonna go ahead and do the face. And just get that glued on. So the face is gonna come down a little bit. Oops. But not too much, just a tad. Okay. Cute. All right, so there's his mouth and stuff. So I think I want to put the little heart on next. And so we have this little heart. We could kind of just cover that a little bit. There we go. So we're gonna go with the heart and then his hands. So we want his little hands somewhere right about here, I'm thinking. Because there is a little spot that shows. And we can kind of just move those however we need. And if you want to, you could add a little glue. Oops, is that not gonna come out? Let's see. There we go. Ah. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. If you want, you could bring them up a little bit. Okay, so we have those on, so we can go ahead and put the little feet on or shoes. And see, I did get some glue there. It's better when I put the glue on there. Otherwise, I have glue everywhere I find. So on that one, okay. So we're going to add the little hearts on there. You could always do a lighter black too for this bee. Oh my goodness, what did I just do? Let's get that back up there, like so. Okay, I'll just leave them like that. Okay, so we have everything done. We're gonna go ahead and do his face, and that's the last part. So on the face, I'm gonna start with his eyes and get his eyes placed where I'm thinking I want them. And I'm thinking right about there. So we can kind of move them if we need. Let's get the other one placed to kind of see where we're at. So I kind of want to, whoops. I kind of want to move this one. There we go. Let's see how that looks. You can just kind of play with that and get it where you think you like them. Because we still have his little mouth is going to be right about here. So we will get the mouth on next. And then his little tongue. That piece is so tiny, but and I actually did this piece. I mean, he's a pretty good size. You figure he's a little over 3 inches, or he's about a little over 3, and he's over 3 wide. So he's a pretty good size. So now we'll go ahead and get these blue parts on the eyes. Get it right. Let's see. So I'm gonna push. That even with the bottom. Yep. And then you could push those down, and then get the little other part. And we kind of want that. Okay, so I think his eyes, I just want to make sure this is all the glue is not there, so when I go to bring the pin in, so I think what I'm going to do is, and I think I lost his nose. Oh, there's his nose. I was going to say, I lost the nose. Okay, I think we'll just add the nose on now. Super cute. Okay, so now for the eyes. On the eyes, I'm going to use 005, and I make him in with 05. So, and then I'm also using, let's pull the chalks out. I am using a brown on the chalk to start with first. I'm using the Stampin' Up! Chalks, and I'm using the brown that's right here. So I'm just gonna come in and get a little bit of brown, and you can always erase if you get too much, and I always kind of blow off the excess as well. And I'm just adding this first. And if your paper is smooth, I find that the chalks go on a lot better than, so typically I would have put this where I'm using the back, but I didn't do that on this one. That's okay. So on the eyes now, I'm gonna do the 005, and now I'm just gonna kind of come in and do a line, kind of like eyeliner. And we'll just kind of come in and get that. So we've kind of got where I did on this one. I kind of just come, I don't know, wherever I think. I mean, you could come up a little bit. It's really up to you. And then the bottom. Okay, so we have that. We can kind of come in with some more of the chalk. And so now I'm going to add the little eyelashes on here. So I kind of just want to start at the top and then just do my strokes. You can do them all the same length. You can do them. So now that I want them to come off of here, oops, and sometimes my strokes are too big. They come way off, but and so I'll just kind of extend for that one. And so now I can kind of see, I'm going to use the 05. I kind of want to have this a little darker down here, coming up. Okay, and then I'll come in with some chalk again. And then for these little guys that come down right here, I kind of bring them down. You can always add the ones over here as well. There we go. Okay. And then for this side, the same thing, I just kind of start here. And then you can kind of continue those off. And then I'm going to come in with the 05 on this side as well, because I kind of want it a little thicker on that side. And then I am going to come in with the chalk as well on that. I'm going to use a little bit of black on this same brush, because I just kind of like how it softens it up a little bit. And I may need a little more. And you can come in with the brown as well and just kind of go over that as I also. I think that looks fine. So now we want to do the cheeks. The cheeks I'm using just the number 4. These oh my gosh, brushes I got off of Amazon, and I do link them in all my videos just so you can find them easy if you're interested. So on the cheeks I'm just using a light pink to start and just going in a circle, and then you can come in with a little darker pink and come around, just around the edge and kind of in a little bit. And really you can make these as dark as you want. Okay, and I think we're done with that. So I think we have all our pieces on, right? So now I'm just gonna come in with the Posca paint pen, and we're just gonna go ahead and get the eyes. And then I did like to add a little bit of highlighting up there. You could add a little bit on the side, and then the nose, and then of course I like to add the dots to the cheeks. If you're gonna do, you could always do the heart, and then you could do the flag, and you could do that little heart there, and that one there, and then of course for the top of his foot to kind of, and then his little hands. I mean, you could just kind of wherever, very light ones on the bottom. And I think that's it for him. And then we will go ahead and do the wings. So on the wings, I'm going to show you really quick. So I think I had picked, this one thinking, oh, that may, even though it has a little purple hue to it, I thought it would have more of a blue once it was set. But I picked a pink, and then I thought maybe we could use this or these. I have not used these yet. So I think I'm going to go with the blue maybe on this one. So all I do is just come in and move around the glue as it's coming out. And I'm hoping this glitter, these are the ones that I got from American Crafts. They were giving away. So I do go ahead and get the glue on both of the wings. And this is our last, pretty much last step. And usually I prep a lot of the pieces so it cuts the video down a little bit, but this time I didn't. I was tempted to use the white, but I think the blue is going to be where I need to be. Okay, so let me see if I can open that without making too much of a mess. Now I'm wondering, oh, I think this one is the embossing. I don't know if I'm going to like that. How about, oh, shoot. Yeah, because I'm not going to set this, so I don't know that, well, yeah, I don't think that one's going to work. Oh, crud. Let's see. I do have that one we could try. I think this one's going to be really bright, though. It's kind of like... Oh, that actually will be fine. It's got a little bit of the pink in there, too. I think it's fun sometimes to be able to use some of our things on this. And so there you have it. And so I do hope you enjoyed my video today. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, please follow. And thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.